In NBA 2K25, settings are the most important they have ever been, as there is a ton of new settings, and these could quite literally change how you play and how you perform on the court. So I'm here to show you guys the best settings possible to make sure you dominate NBA 2K25. So what is good, YouTube? It's your boy RisKK, and we are back with another banger. Now in this one, I'm going to show you guys the best settings, like I said, that will help you play the best you possibly can on NBA 2K25. So I'm going to try to make this a relatively quick, straight to the point video. So before we get into it, if you are new and you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Then also hit that big red subscribe button and turn the notification bell to all notifications so you can be notified every time I upload a video like this that could help you out. And with that being said, let's get right into these settings. So the first setting that everyone's always trying to find is how to turn on or off your shot meter and how to turn on or off your shot feedback, because it is no longer in our actual controller settings that we'll dive into later. There's a different way to find it this year, and you're gonna have to go to your My Player animations to find it. It's kind of weird that it is there, but that's where it's at. So you're going to go to your My Player animations, then you're going to go over to where it says Customize HUD. Now here you're going to see a list of different categories. There's a bunch of other settings you could go through, but we're going to look for shot meter shots, and right here you see it. Visibility for shots, visibility for layups, visibility for free throws. Here you could turn it on or off, and this controls whether that shot meter is on or off. Personally, I would turn it off if you want to have the highest boost to your shooting attributes. And then next, you want to go over to the shot feedback category to then decide whether you want to have shot feedback on them. Here it's a little bit more tricky because there's a couple more settings. As you see here, simple shows nothing. User shows the old shot feedback from past 2Ks, but only for yourself. And then all shots will show it for yourself and other players in the game. Now the big difference with these things is that when you have it on simple and you have no shot feedback on, you tend to see your green animation pop up a little bit sooner. So if that is something you care about, you might want to keep that on. If not, make sure you have the shot feedback on. And obviously you could change with all these other settings here and customize it even further. So now that we have our shot meter and shot feedback out of the way, now we're going to dive into our actual controller settings, which these are very, very important, as there's tons of new ones that added into the game. So I'm only going to really talk about the important ones. I'm going to skip everything else. Vibration. Once again, this is kind of personal preference, but if it was me, I would turn it off. Having a vibration on can possibly mess up your shot timing if something like that does affect you, but at the end of the day, that is personal preference. The main one you guys need to focus on is shot timing profile. This is a brand new setting, as you see here, tons of different categories, and essentially what it is that the higher risk reward will give you a bigger green window, but you will not make a white. It will take a miracle to make a white. While if you go something like low risk reward or normal risk reward, you have a smaller green window, but you'll be able to make a lot more whites. So I think the option here to go with is very obvious. You want the high risk reward. You want to have the biggest green window possible, because we don't want to make whites. You want to hit greens 24/7 every shot. Now the only scenario I see where you could go with something like low risk reward or normal risk reward would be if you are someone with a shooting build or not, a non-shooting build that doesn't have the high of a three-pointer. You can maybe elect to at that point go with it. Or if you're someone that lags a lot, you have a lot of latency issues, maybe you want to hit more whites because you're gonna not hit that green window as consistently. Then we have layup timing profile. Once again, same kind of basis here, but if it was my opinion, I would go with real player percentage, because I've tried high risk reward, even normal risk reward, and you tend to miss a lot of open layups because it is very difficult to time layups in this game because there's just so many different possible trigger animations and whatnot. But you could try it and then go down to real player percentage if you decide to do so. Shot timing visual cue, you're going to want to put that on push. At the end of the day, this is also personal preference, but push is the most similar to the release point where we usually release it on for every single 2K we've ever played, which is why everyone and majority of people will tell you go with push, because you're just pretty much releasing at the push of the ball. Now moving on to the next ones, a lot of these just keep them on default. None of these are really that important, or they're just already where they need to be at. The next important setting I want to find is another new one, which is going to be passive dribble hand switches. For some reason they added this in and it enabled it. You want to disable that immediately. You don't want the ball going to a hand you don't want it on. You want to have the most control of your player as possible, so make sure you disable that. Next one, box out assist strength. They did remove, you know, there used to be another assist strength setting that actually affected how much we slid on defense. That is now removed, but we do have box out assist strength. I like putting it between 20 and 30 because you want to have the ability to move around freely, but you also want to make sure you get, you know, the advantage of having a little bit of assist with your box out. So I like dropping it down to somewhere between 20 and 30. You could play with it, but that's kind of my golden range for that setting. And then lastly, you have pass profile. To me, this doesn't really matter too much because I tend to pass with my icons, which I would recommend to all you guys watching this video. Learn to pass with your icons. It's going to just result in less turnovers, better and smarter passes. But in the event that you do not pass with your icon, you can kind of tinker with these settings. I like to put it somewhere around that range. And yeah, that's pretty much all of these settings I have for you guys. These are the most important settings that you need to be successful in NBA 2K25. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, hit the like button. Also hit that big red subscribe button while you're at it, and then hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos like this in the future. It's your boy Risk, and I'm out.